I think for me, what you see here is two things. I covet curiosity and controversy, period. So I've always been a lifelong learner. I've always been trying to figure out, like, what is something? What does that mean? My name, Kanene, means a little thing in the eye is big. So I'm always thinking about the deeper meaning, what people don't necessarily see, and I'm like, whoa, that's really this. So my brother had speech issues, and I was like, whoa, you could just do a job where you could just like keep kids company and help them communicate better? Love it. So I went to Howard University, studied speech pathology, controversy, ebonics. So this whole scare about how Black people talk was embroiled at Howard University, and I'm like 17 years old. So I kept thinking about, like, wow, like communication is political. It can mean life or death. It can mean you do or do not get paid. It means your story is or isn't published. And so I kept thinking about that, and I was obsessed with it. And then again, curiosity. I studied, I get emotional about this. I'm really passionate about speech pathology. Augmentative alternative communication devices. So I'm forever 21, but back in 1997, I was literally studying what was the progenitor to speech recognition technology that we use today. And so I kept thinking about that, like, wow, the power of technology to unleash someone who can't communicate. Now they're able to communicate. So like Stephen Hawking, like people who literally are they're wheelchair bound or they have a ventilator, they're still human, and they still want to share. How can that happen? And how could technology augment, right, who they are and what they want to share? So did that, all right, boom. Then I wanted to be an actress. So I'm running around doing one-woman shows, and controversy. All my shows were about, again, race, right? Race, gender, class, all these different issues of marginalization. So then I'm like, boom, I'm gonna brand myself. I'm not an artist, I'm a brand. So I branded myself. I'm on the cover of the Village Voice Arts section. I'm in the New York International Fringe Festival. And then boom, 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 I'm off Broadway. And I did this show called Black Issues. And I was like, what if, well, it's Kanene Ayo, but it's okay, because she's first, but it's fine. What if Kanene Ayo had a Black issue? And I was like, well, what if I did a satire of a Black issue magazine that's 400 pages, get it, filled with Black issues and sometimes solutions? That was the joke, right? And so I became like this drag version of Anna Wintour. And we get it here. We're living for this. I see you. So, and I'll be done. So I did that show, and my goal was to get the insights from the audience, because I was obsessed with focus groups. I've done tons of focus groups to pay my bills. And so I was like, what if I did a focus group about Black issues? So I had all these insights from the audience about what the issues are. And I was like, what if I could use that for marketing, for advertising, now for AI? So then the whole full circle is Abron, who's a good friend of mine who runs Create Lab Ventures, was like, I need you to do this DEI GPT. And I was like, about AI, but I was like, I know diversity, right? And so when we're thinking about large language models, all of that has to do with linguistics, which I studied for speech pathology. And then talking to brands, I'm really good at branding. And so all of that came together. So moral of the story is, your degree might be a starting point, but it's really driven by you and you constantly thinking, what does this mean and how can I make it better?